Well, folks, I have to tell you about how good it can make you feel when you know that someone's out there.
All right. We bringing you a brand new show that I like to call BodyNSoul Radio. And I go by the name Slatter. And I got a very special guest in the building with me today. Go by the name of Kool. How you feeling out there, Kool?
Feeling good today, man. How you doing?
Doing good, feeling great, man. Feeling the vibe tonight, man. We gonna be on some R&B type shit today, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Something a little special, you know what I'm saying? So for those that haven't already, make sure you follow us, BodyNSoul Radio, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like the page, shout us out. We'll definitely follow you back. And Kool, let them know where they can find you at real quick before we get going.
Find me on IG, Instagram. I am Kool. IamKoolBreed.
It's okay, man. We gotta warm it up for him real quick, man. So, Kool, first and foremost, let them know what got you start your whole beginnings. You know, when it comes to this thing called music.
What got me started was like back when I was 11 years old, actually, and I started writing poems ever since I was in the 6th grade, and then they just transferred into songs as I got older, as I just wanted to do something different. I just fell in love with the music side that came from the other side of my family even more when I grew older.
Okay, all right. So with that being said, would that be more of was R&B the first thing, or was it hip hop first? Like I got.
Oh, of course, R&B.
Okay.
Of course, R&B was the creativity, like where I grew my passion at, and then I went into like a little bit hip hop or whatever.
All right. So, now usually my guests are typically on the hip hop side, but this is a special edition about you, so more of an R&B type episode. I even had to get the button up today. Usually I be in here with the hat to the back with a hoodie on, you know what I'm saying? But I want to know your top 5 R&B artists. They can be, male, female. Take your time with it, you know what I'm saying? I want the audience to understand, where your influence comes from, what made Kool want to do Kool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I could really start off with the 90s music, which was Mint Condition, Pretty Brown Eyes.
Okay.
And that's where I really started like loving music, is like music that was like the car seat music that I would listen to in the car that my parents would put on.
Yeah.
So I said starting off Mint Condition, lyrical wise and instrumental wise too. Miguel, so I listened to very heavy. The Internet, Kareem Bailey Ray, and lastly I can say is Alicia Keys.
You got through that top 5 pretty fast. Now I got to ask more questions. All right, so give me like your top album from each of your top 5, if you got one.
Miguel, which when he first came out with Sure Thing.
Okay.
When he first came out with that.
All right.
I don't remember what the album was called.
That's okay. We'll take the favorite. So,
yeah.
Certain Thing, like your favorite song at the time, or is there another song?
Adorn,
Okay.
Simple Things. Like there was a variety of songs I actually felt, like when it came to listening to his music, that I really loved his music a lot, lyrical wise.
Okay. Hey, you gotta keep going. You got The Internet,
The Internet, Finn just dropped. I really love that one. I also love the last album, but I'm really feeling this, like her by herself type thing, artist, so you can see what she, is made of off of other beats.
Right.
Not just with a band, but like R&B wise, because she reminds me a lot of Kareem Bailey Ray, and also Kareem Bailey Ray is her favorite influence, which that draws the branch right there.
Right. I like that segue. So what's your favorite song by Kareem Bailey Ray?
What's that song called? Just Like a Star.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was your last one? I think you had one more artist.
Who was
there a fifth one?
Alicia
Keys. There we go. Yeah.
What was it? Teenage Affair? Was it that one? With that album, when that album dropped.
Okay, you don't know my name. It's the song that comes to mind when I think of Alicia Keys. You don't know my name. That was like the first, like to me, like that's the throwback when I remember.
Yeah.
That, like I fell in love with Alicia Keys, the video and the concept. But like out of those artists, which one would you say is like your strongest influence? Like which one out of that 5, like would you put if you had to put them in order? Who'd be number 1?
Sid, The Internet. Yeah.
I can see that. Now, for those that haven't heard your music already, what can they expect from a Kool track?
They could definitely expect something kind of like laid back, you know, because when people do hear my voice, you know, they can expect that, especially from my name, Kool Breed. Like, that's like relaxed, laid back, and something creative, which comes from the word breed when you hear my name. So you know that it's something different. It's not something that's already really out there. It's something that's mixed with the influence of other music that I also like and other artists as well. So the music doesn't sound at all like today's music that's trending.
Now, when you said that, do you have an issue with what's trending right now, like the current state of R&B? You kind of seemed a little tense when you said like you kind of got a little bit of a chip on your shoulder.
Well, because like I know it could be better. Like I know the potential, like lyric wise, you know, like the lyric content. Like people nowadays, like the listeners, they're really like listening to the lyrics and they're starting to realize, okay, this is the same thing that's said in other songs.
Right.
It sounds just like the other same artists. Oh, they're just leaning on auto-tune.
Right.
You know, stuff like that where like people, you could start spotting their weaknesses off the bat when you hear a song. You know that they just threw something together.
Okay. That brings to my next question. Let's say you have a show, right? And you get done with the show and you have artists come to you that, you know, want to just get to follow you, want to get to know you. Like if there was an aspiring artist that was an R&B artist and they looked up to you, right? What key piece of advice, like what free jewelry would you give them, you know, to make sure that they don't follow those trends or fall into those same traps and loopholes that you feel like the mainstream is pushing right now?
Do not sell yourself short when it comes to your creativity. Like, do not slack. Like, do not take it lightly.
Right.
Always pay attention. Like, put work. If you're going to put work into your lyrics, into what you're writing. Don't just slap something out there because then you're not going to get the feedback that you really want, or you know, now you're just going to look like you're trying to look like somebody else, and really you're not being creative yourself. So I say don't slacken your creativity.
I like that. Free joy. For those of y'all that don't know, man, Kool Breed is just right now dropping free jewels within the first few minutes. So if you haven't picked them up, it's your fucking problem. You know how we do it, you know, here at BodyNSoul. We always want to give out free jewels and just lay it on the table for those that, you know, want to do what we do but think it's easier than what it really is. And I feel like it's owed to the listeners to know how many years you been doing music, like all together.
Since really 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too long. Can you remember your first song?
No.
No.
Oh, the first song I actually put together was My Own Lady, like, which is back then, like 2013. That's the first R&B song I ever put together.
Okay. What would you do differently now that Kool Breed didn't do in the beginning? Like if you could do that record over again, what would you do different?
I would be more comfortable with my vocals because they're different now. I focus on the beat in a different way. Right. I might even change some lyrics to make them sound less cheesy or corny. I mean, because when you start talking about love shit and then you just kind of learn like what not to say or like how to come off a certain way after writing music for so long. Okay.
Can you kind of break down your first recording, like your first studio experience for them, you know?
You were there actually.
Which one was it?
It was with Tyler when you first introduced me to Tyler.
That was your first
time. Yeah, that was my first time.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then I recorded for the first time, you know, in the actual, you know, production setting where somebody else had control instead of me.
Yeah, quick shout out to Tyler Tony, man. Tyler Tony Productions out there doing his thing, man. With that being said, I think we've given them enough jewels for, you know, let them marinate on a little bit. So can you kind of break down this first record we got for them?
Party All Night Long?
Yes, it is, with Big Time.
Okay. Yeah, Party All Night Long is a party song, pop song that I'm going to be dropping soon. I should have dropped a long time ago, but
it's okay, man. The timing is everything.
All new releases, so
right.
It's basically a party song, pop, with something I did with Big Time.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, without further ado, we're going to do Party All Night Long. This is Kool Breed, Big Time, right here exclusively on BodyNSoul Radio. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here with Kool Breed.
Amazing.